In communities throughout the Global South, culture, religion, family obligations, and economic realities conspire against women earning incomes. We launched GGP to address these obstacles and create a sustainable source of income for these marginalized women. Around the world, handcraft skills are passed down from one generation of women to the next and represent an enormous untapped resource. We set out to empower women and increase their incomes by creating a U.S. marketplace for the beautiful, fair trade products they make. Each artisan is affiliated with a women-led producer group with a strong social mission, focusing on affecting lasting social change at a local level. Many of the women we work with are earning incomes for the first time and are now able to pay for things their families desperately need, such as nutritious food, clean water, school fees for their children, and health care. At Global Goods Partners, our objective remains focused on increasing sustainable, fair living incomes for women in the handcraft sector. Advancing our mission depends on, first, expanding the market for these goods. This would mean increasing our online sales and reach among U.S. retailers. Second, we need to provide technical, operating, and capital expansion assistance for our partners. This enables them to build more effective enterprises that meet the demands of the U.S. marketplace and the development needs of their local communities. Finally, we'll continue to improve our product marketing and design expertise. The more we educate and expand the U.S. market, the greater the incomes for the women artisans and their families, and the greater the support for our partners' social programs. We're making permanent and sustainable change by creating an infrastructure that opens markets and increases incomes. Many non-governmental organizations receive grants and aid to support their poverty relief efforts and their affiliated enterprises. However, many times the products from these enterprises are sold only at local markets. Too often, these markets can't sustain their efforts or provide income for poverty relief and program support. We open the U.S. markets and provide technical and design assistance. This way, products receive fair trade prices that directly increase women's incomes and support the programs of our partner NGOs. We operate on both the supply and the demand side of the marketplace. As a nonprofit organization, we invest the resources to learn about our partners and work with them on product design and creation. We develop their talents and capabilities through a wide range of vocational, educational, and management skills training. By supporting our partners, we're investing in the supply side. On the demand side, we offer handmade, fair trade products that compete directly with products created for today's most successful brands and retailers. We create demand for our partners' products by collaborating with well-known retailers, emphasizing the origins and stories of our partners, working with other mission-driven organizations, and developing a contemporary media effort. We emphasize a high-quality brand and positive consumer interaction that connects women producers to consumers. For many of our partners, GGP is the only sales channel for their products outside of their local market. As a result, our success directly impacts their success. The more products we sell, the greater the revenues and incomes for our partners. Accordingly, the key indicators we measure on an ongoing basis are our revenues from product sales and our partners' revenues from our merchandise purchases. We also track technical, operating, and capital expansion grants given to our partners. In addition, our partners collect data regarding the qualitative and quantitative improvements in their communities. This includes information about the health and well-being of the women they serve, and developments in the women's families related to school attendance, nutrition, housing, participation in training programs, and new job opportunities. We partner with women-led, not-for-profit community groups and social enterprises. Each of our partners must meet our two key criteria. First, they must have a strong social mission. And second, they must operate a socially responsible, income-generating enterprise in which they produce handmade crafts from locally sourced and sustainable materials. These crafted goods are ready for Western markets but often have no way to get there. In this regard, Global Goods Partners is a support organization to these microenterprises. We've partnered with more than 40 nonprofit community organizations in more than 20 countries to support their affiliated handcraft producing enterprises. As a result, we've increased the incomes of thousands of women and their families in impoverished communities around the world. Our efforts are sustainable and permanent. We're also a founding member of the Alliance for Artisan Enterprise, initiated by the Aspen Institute and the U.S. Department of State's Office of Global Women's Issues. We're active in the Fair Trade Federation, and we started Fair Trade Tuesday to bring attention to fair trade groups around the world. We're acknowledged leaders in the effort to increase incomes for women worldwide. The U.S. consumer market for personal goods and gift items is very large, but very competitive. Historically, handcrafts have not been popular in mainstream consumer channels. In addition, foreign-made, nonprofit-related products have not been of consistent quality or successfully branded and marketed to attract enough attention. We've succeeded in creating a GGP brand of quality. We focus on providing a customer experience in which the buyer is pleased with the quality and nature of the product and strongly attached emotionally and cognitively to the social mission the product represents. Our successful model turns purchasing dollars into social mission dollars without profits for the middleman. We've challenged existing perceptions and doubts about cause-related marketing efforts. GGP is well positioned to penetrate new outlets for our partners' products and engage new audiences in the struggles that our partners face. Additional resources would enable us to expand our market, which is the most effective means of increasing women's incomes and improving their families' livelihoods. More mothers could afford to send their daughters and sons to schools, and more children could receive preventative health care services to keep them in school and thriving. We'd also direct additional funding to our partners' training needs, which will help them build their own internal capacity and enable them to attract new customers and higher volumes of business. With proceeds from our product sales, we operate a small grants program for our partners. This funding helps with either capacity building, like the purchase of new sewing machines or bookkeeping software, or is put into the community, addressing health and wellness needs. For example, in a recent grant, we directed more than $6,000 to our partner in Guatemala, who used the funding to outfit community members' homes with water filters and clean cook stoves. We'd like to increase our small grants budget and award a greater number of grants that target our partners' needs and benefit the well-being of the women and families in their communities.